Hello there everybody. So today we are making an off-shoulder dress. So this is the fabric that I'll be using to make my dress. So I bought about 2.5 meters of this fabric. Okay, so let us begin. So I'll start by drafting a half circle skirt pattern for the skirt part of the dress. So because I want my dress to have an elastic on the waist, I will use my hip measurement instead of my waist measurement. Okay, so for my waist measurement, I'll be using a hip measurement so that I can have extra material for the elastic to stretch and gather whenever it is needed to do so. So I'll take my hip measurement and then go to the calculator and put my hip measurement, and then I'll divide it by 3.14. That is the value of pi. And then the amount that I get is 33.7. So I'll just round it up to be 34 centimeters. Okay, and so that is the number I will use to draft my my skirt. Okay. And I will go on and put the 34 centimeters to draft the skirt. So from the corner down, you measure 34 centimeters and then you just rotate the tape. After that, I'll go on and take the length of the skirt. So from the waistline down is the length of the skirt. So I don't have enough pattern paper, so the length is short, but I won't worry about that because I can always extend the length on the fabric. All I need now is just the draft or the pattern. And now we have our pattern, but because we don't usually use a pattern like this, we usually cut it in half so that we use it in quarters. Okay, so I'll just fold it in half and then cut it half so that I will just use one side of this pattern. Okay. And now I'll go on and label it as a half circle skirt pattern for elastic waists, okay? So that I know that it's not a normal half circle skirt. So I will put a note there that is an elastic waist. And then I'll also go on and put my place on fold mark, so that whenever I cut this pattern, I'll remember to put my fabric on fold. Okay. And now it is time for cutting. So I'll place my pattern on a folded fabric, and then I'll go on and mark 3 centimeters on the waistline for elastic casing. And then I'll go on the side and mark 1 centimeter seam allowance. And then after that, I'll go on and mark the length for my skirt. So from the waist down to where I want the length of my dress to be. So I'll make the length 70 centimeters. Okay, from the waist down, it is 70 centimeters. And now I'll go on and trace this panel to make a second panel of the skirt. And now let us go on and make the bodice of the dress. So I'll start by marking my shoulder line, and then after that I'll go on and mark the length of my bodice, okay, from the shoulder down to the waist. I usually make it 45 centimeters. Okay, so I'll just make the dots and then I'll go on and draw the line to mark my waistline. And then after that, I'll go on and mark my upper bust line. So from the shoulder down to upper bust, I usually make mine 22 centimeters. And then I'll just go on and draw a line to represent my upper bust. And now I'll go on and put half of my shoulder to shoulder measurement on my shoulder line. So my shoulder to shoulder measurement is 36 centimeters. And then when I half it, it is 18 centimeters. And that is the dot that I'm putting here. So then after that, I'll go on and connect the shoulder measurement to the upper bust line. Okay, so I'll just draw a line there to connect the two. And now to make my off-shoulder neckline, I'll go on and mark 10 centimeters from my shoulder line down. And now because I want my off-shoulder to have an elastic, so I'll go on and reverse 3 centimeters so that it can be my elastic casing. Okay, so as I said before that my elastic is 2.5 centimeters, but I'll just leave 3 centimeters for the casing. Then after that I'll go on and cut out the part that I no longer need. And then after that I'll go on and make my armhole the usual way. So I'll start by marking the half point of this line, so that it is where my armhole will be turning. After that, I'll go on and put a quarter of my bust circumference plus 2 centimeters for the ease and 1 centimeter for a seam allowance. And then I'll go down to the waist. I'll put a quarter of my hip circumference. Remember, we're using a hip measurement. So quarter of my hip circumference here plus 1 centimeter seam allowance. And now we can go on and draw the armhole. And then after that, we go on and connect the upper bust line and the waist line. And then we go on and cut out the bodice. And now I'll go on and trace this bodice to make a front bodice. Okay, so this will be the back. So I'll just go on and trace it to make the front. So everything will be the same. I'll just make a small dip on the armhole of the front. Otherwise, everything will be the same. Okay, now it is the time to make the sleeves. So I have two rectangles here with a length of 30 centimeters. Okay, so that is the length of my sleeves. And then the width is 45 centimeters. So I got it by multiplying my bicep measurement by 1.5. Okay, so I just put a tape measure around my bicep area. and then I multiplied that, which is 30, my bicep area is 30 centimeters, and then I multiplied it by 1.5 to get the 45 centimeters. Okay, so I multiplied it by 1.5 because the sleeves will also have an elastic. Okay, so the extra material is for the elastic to stretch and to gather whenever it is needed to do so. Okay, now let us cut out the sleeves. So I'll take the bodice, whichever the front or the back, okay, and then I will put it on top of the rectangle, which will be the sleeve. Okay, so as you can see, the open side are facing same direction and the folded side facing same direction as the bodice. Okay, so all I need to do here is to trace the armhole. So I'll just go on and use my chalk and trace the armhole so that I can cut it out. So I will do the same thing with the other sleeve. So it is just simple as that. Okay guys, so my dress will have pockets, so it will have slant pockets. So I will post the video of how I made these pockets after this video. I don't want this video to be too long. I feel like it is already long, so I'll post the video after. So what I'll do now is that I'll just go on and attach the bodice to the skirt so that we continue with the dress. So what I will do here now is that I will connect the centers, the center of the bodice and the center of the skirt. Okay, I will just connect them and pin them. So I will start attaching my bodice just on the 3 centimeter mark. The elastic 3 centimeter mark. Okay, so I will leave the 3 centimeter clear up there, and then just on the line of 3 centimeters, then I will attach my bodice. Okay. Okay guys, so I went on and stitched the side seams together. Okay, so the dress is looking like this now. Okay, and then I also went on and closed the sleeves. Okay, so close the sleeves around here. So the sleeves are looking like this now. And now the next thing is to attach the sleeves, and then I'll go on and finish up the neckline. But before I do that, so I went on and fit the dress. So I wanted to see the neckline, if how it fits, but the neckline is too high, so I will have to take away the 3 centimeters. Remember the elastic 3 centimeters that I reversed when I was drafting up the bodice, so I'll have to remove it now. Okay, so if I remove the 3 centimeters, then my dress will fit well. Alright, so what I'll do now, I've already marked that 3 centimeters, so I'll just remove the 3 centimeters on the neckline. I'll also remove it on the sleeves as well. Okay, so 3 centimeters I'll just cut it away so that the dress can fit well. Okay, so the sleeves are now attached. So now it is the time for elastic casing. So what I'll do now is I'll just go on and measure the 3 centimeters on the neckline, and then I'll just go on and do a fold. I'll just fold the 3 centimeters, and then I'll go on and stitch to make the casing, and then I'll go on and insert the elastic. So as I stitch my casing, I'll make sure that I leave an opening so that I can be able to insert my elastic with my safety pin. Okay. So I'll do the same thing with the bottom of the sleeve. So I'll make an elastic casing, but with this one now, the elastic is a bit thin. So the width of this elastic is about 1.5 centimeter. Okay, so I'll make an elastic casing to fit this elastic. So I'll just measure my elastic here just the same way I usually do. I'll just put my elastic around my bicep, and then I'll just pull it until it feels comfortable. And then I'll go on, cut it, and then insert it around my sleeve. And I'll do the same thing with the neckline. I'll just put the elastic around my shoulder like this, and then I'll just pull it, and then I'll just cut it where it feels comfortable. Okay. And now the stitching of the casing is done. So now it is time to insert the elastic. So I left an opening here so that I can be able to channel through my elastic. As I said earlier on, that I'll leave an opening, and here as well I left an opening so that I can be able to channel the elastic. Okay. And then I'll go on and take the two ends and then overlap them. Okay, I'll just overlap them like this, and then I will stitch on each end. Okay, I'll do a zigzag stitch, a few zigzag stitch, stitches to reinforce the elastic. Okay, so on both sides, so I'll just zigzag stitch on this side, and then I'll go to the other side, and then I'll zigzag stitch there as well. Just give it a few zigzag stitches so that it is nice and strong.